Alright, we're going to try this again. Hello everyone, my name is Chad Barrett. I am the designer, programmer, and artist on Second Shot. I'm also the CEO and owner of Chaotic Entertainment. So before we get started on this video, I'd like to share a little bit of background about the game, Second Shot. This is the first game that has made it to production of mine. It's not my very first game that I've designed. It's just the best one so far. This game started pre-production in June of 2017. Around that time in my personal life, in my IT career, I was on the road quite a bit. I was presenting a few problems in the personal life. Nothing major, just, kids wondering when I'm going to be home. So when I was on the road, I was thinking of what I could do different, right, to get out of that situation. And I'd always wanted to get into developing video games. And naturally, that's what I gravitated towards. I drew some of the generic enemies on plane rides. And one of the bosses, his name is Joker. He comes along, I think he's the third boss that puts him at level 15. That one was initially designed in a hotel room after a server deployment. We were in Minnesota, and if you know anything about Minnesota, some places there you can only drink. That's the only thing to do. So after a heavy deployment, we came back to the motel and we did that, or I did that. They did other things. I noticed some of the feedback I've been getting about this game suggests it's a little bit too difficult for you guys. Even some of the older gamers out there are saying it's Nintendo hard. That's an older term. It's from the 1980s, from my era. That just means that it's extremely hard, right? I can't really think of a game out there that could compare to that at the moment. Maybe a full server of Grand Theft Auto Online. You're trying to do something like run one of your missions through counterfeit money or whatnot. All rights reserved. GTA is a Rockstar production. Not trying to get anything from that. I'm just a fan. So I just want to make this short playthrough video to prove to you guys it is doable to complete this game. It's a toilet game. It's what the cool kids call a toilet game. So it's made to be a very short experience. And hopefully this video will give you guys a little more confidence and possibly show you guys some tips and tricks out there. I do a little bit of freeform commentary while we're playing the game, but I'm not going to really talk through every single thing. Hopefully I'll keep the cussing to a minimum and show you guys a solid walkthrough. I'm going to give a few shout outs before we get started. I want to give a shout out to my grandbaby. She is the subject of the next project that we are working on here at Chaotic Entertainment. Hopefully that one will be out within a year or so. We're also running and working on Second Shot for the arcade. Hopefully that one will be out mid-2025 according to the website. Give a shout out to Vasu, who initially streamed my video game Second Shot to begin with. Thank you so much for doing so. It's really appreciated. So with that, let's get right in there. And I will show you that it can be done. And of course, we made it with Unity. And there we are. First things first, get you a controller. I'm playing with a Xbox One controller at the moment. If you're on PC, you can use an Xbox One or a PS4 or a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. Now the Mac is a little more bougie, so it only does Xbox Series X and PS5 controllers. Oh, we also did try this with a Nintendo Switch controller, albeit the one that looks like the GameCube layout. It does work. The buttons, just because the layout was a little wonky. But yeah, I mean, no problem. And playing with the keyboard is a little cumbersome. You can see I've already made it up to level 3. So let's get into the tips and tricks real quick. Shoot often. That is going to be your saving grace, is to shoot often. Shoot often and shoot a lot. The enemies actually stage above your point of view, so you have the option, as long as you're shooting, to hit them in advance, even though you can't see them. And here's the first meeting of you and Carruthers. Our sub-boss hits every 3rd and 8th level in the game. So 3, 8, 13, 18. I already tried this one time before today and the audio messed up, so we won't be getting the full recursion that I did there. Mainly because it isn't recorded. And apologies if you hear any background noise. I develop out of my house, so it's homework and feeding time for the grandbaby. Yeah. So leave me a comment if you like the backgrounds as we go through. I've hand drew everything except for your generic space background that was in levels 1 through 4. Anything that's non-boss level. Power-ups are crucial. It's going to be your next tip. Even if you're at full health, I recommend getting them. And getting ammo upgrades where you can. Now we got to take this guy out. This is Captor. Yeah, this background is stock photo. Can't remember exactly where I got it from, but thank you whoever owns this or was the creator of it. Public domain, so I could use it. Also want to give a shout out to the music that you hear. Contacted a gentleman by the name of Acro Breeze. He's got some good stuff. Highly recommend him on SoundCloud. This one's called Oberon. Another pro tip is, unless it's a sub-boss level or a boss level, there's nothing hindering you from holding back and dodging just to get through the time level. Each level has a timer on it, and once that timer expires, if there's no boss, then you get through the level. So I highly recommend, if it is a non-boss level, to do so, just for a progression standpoint. And I know some of you guys are going to go, well, Chad, I mean, I really want to shoot these things. That's what the point of a vertical shooter is, right? To shoot things. And that's true. But getting to level 8 versus getting to level 2 and dying is quite a bit of difference. So. Sometimes you just can't, it's just like, I made the hitboxes tight, but sometimes you just can't get in there just for the rhythm. You gotta get into a rhythm, is the thing. If you don't have upgrades, sub-boss will be a little tricky, but more so in a boss fight. Another tip, and this is for the mobile version, which is available over at Amazon on their App Store. One of these guys, if he hits you with a shot, will not do any health damage, but will do shield damage. So there's a cool tip. And give you a further hint on that, he only uses a single cannon. I said this in my first attempt, but I'll say it here again. I noticed after I programmed this thing and started play testing through it that some of these backgrounds are dark. There are some where you can barely see the projectiles. It's not going to be fixed, but it does present quite a bit of further challenge. I got it. Thought I did not get that one. And if you're just curious, we're playing this. It is a full build. It is nothing that I'm playing through Unity. Just a second to waste that guy. There we are. It's a full build. I'm playing it on the PC that I built the game on. So just for fun. You're looking at graphics being rendered through a Radeon RX 6800. The CPU is an AMD Ryzen 9, 64 gigs of RAM. This one's using nowhere near that. I think when I was doing the play testing, we actually got it to run on Windows 7 with 4 gigs. And we almost got it down to 2 gigs, but there's a dependency in Windows where it needed the extra RAM. At the time, I was trying to get it to run on even older legacy systems like Windows 95, but they just lacked the DirectX compatibility there. I think was what that was. It's been a couple months back since it all blends together for me. This development was with it being about the third game that I've developed, it was quite a blur. If you guys want me to do development videos, I'm up for that. Someone will drop a comment in the video there. We'll check that out and see if it might be something you guys are interested in. Help this room. I almost died. As time progresses on in the game, it's almost imperative that you just start blanket firing and you get those upgrades as soon as possible. Even in the later levels, I recommend staying away from these guys with dual cannons. They will hit you quicker than you think. The pro strat is to get both the shield and at least 2 cannons going. That way you can kind of pick and choose your shots instead of having to take them where you can get them. get this third ammo upgrade, just start carpet bombing, pretty much. We're looking for the shield at the moment. The third cannon option really makes boss fights that much better as far as being able to get to them quickly. Sorry, I had to readjust my mic there. No fancy production studio here, folks. Not just yet. There's that shield right at the end of the level. Then you know. Again, if you like these backgrounds, please feel free to drop a comment. If you don't, feel free to drop a comment too. Since this IP got registered, I mean, we may do a sequel if that's a desire of the community. I'm one of those guys that has no desire to go work for a AAA company. I am interested how they do things, but I think the indie scene is where it's at. I think we're all tired of playing the exact same game over and over and over. No IPs mentioned there to preserve the innocent. But I think we all know some of the ones we're talking about. Look at that. And this will go by fairly quickly. Just in the cannon. There you go. I'm sure some guys will ask, or some ladies too, will go out there and go, hey Chad, why did you make it where you die anywhere and go back to the beginning? Well, in the 1980s, that's how it was. I gave the health 3 shots because, as you can probably tell, this is my level editor Galaga, and in that game, you get hit once and you die. Now you stay on that same stage, of course, but if you die 3 times, unless you get the extra life, you're stuck. You lose your quarter and you have to go back to the beginning. So I thought, why not skip all the drama and keep you engaged in the action and give you 3 shots. So far it has proved pretty challenging amongst the group, and you know, part of the game, right? If it's not a good challenge, then why would you be playing it, right? Alright, we got that triple cannon, that feels good, so another question that often comes up is, are there certain enemies that give you the power-ups and some do not? What is the frequency? The answer to all that is no. There's no certain enemy that gives you any power-ups. They all can render power-ups, but they all do so randomly. So that's why I say shoot often and shoot a lot. Especially in the latter half of the game where you'll be relegated to one side and you'll need as many power-ups as possible. Of course, preferably with at least 2 cannons and a shield as you progress through the game. You see here we're fully upgraded. Almost lost the shield shield there. Sorry. Here in western North Carolina, we've been having quite a bit of snow, so plays heck on the you can see how quickly the Carruthers was taken down with that triple cannon. And I completely couldn't hit the broadside of that alien right there. Once you get the upgrades, you can kind of pick and choose which enemies you want to take out, which you don't have to. So, there we go. Kind of hard to do this and be in the heat of battle, so you can get my comments where you can. Looking for that shield at this point. Again, if you like the music, this is Acro Breathe, Oberon. This is one of the more difficult ones to see the shots coming. I exhausted my pinks. This was inspired, by the way, from a NES title. It's kind of obscure, but tell me if you played it in the comments. It's called Lunar Pool. Most of the pool tables in that game look similar to this, with planetary stuff going on, and they don't have the Eye of Osiris or the All-Seeing Eye like at the bottom, but yeah, or the portal. Some things were inspired, some things not, but I should be really concentrating on trying to find those power-ups. Alright, I want everyone to pay attention when we take this guy out. I have a fun little message embedded in him when he goes out. Oh, big attacks coming. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Did you see it? Did you see it? There's also another embedded message I'll tell you guys about. Do yourself a fun favor. If you own this game, thank you so much, by the way, for buying it. It really means a lot to the company. It was this company's first game. Yeah. So if you spent the money, thank you so much. But if you have the game, or you can if you can take a screenshot of this when I fire, do a zoom in on the bullet itself. We embedded a little fun Easter egg there, and I'm wondering if some of the military does things like this. It's funny. Pretty sure that does go on. And I'm not trying to get political or anything. I'm non-political, by the way. You won't get any of that one with my video games or videos here. Oh, that was good. Look at that. We got both recommended upgrades right off the bat. Now we can pick and choose our shots. I'm greedy. I love getting. Yeah. My wife screams at me too much. You talk too much, Dad. Anyway, she's a great person. So is grandbaby. Again, she's going to be the subject of our next IP. It's going to be an adventure game. It's going to be a bigger timetable. Unless you want to count all those years that Second Shot was in dev hell. It's going to be a longer timetable than I would like. Probably closer to 18 months to get that one. But the good news is that we're going to flesh out the backstory into a full-fledged novella. So if you're a reader, you will be able to pick that up hopefully sooner than later. I'm still writing it. Very, very alpha stages of a rough draft on that. If you are a reader and you would like to kind of alpha test some things for me, please let me know in the comments. I would love to get a focus group together. I haven't written anything creatively before this game and before the other games that came before it. Probably 25 years. So it's been quite a while since I've done anything creative writing. Appreciate that feedback. We'll get back to the action here. No luck with upgrades. There we are. Get a ammo upgrade would have been better. We got him. Doesn't matter. Again, this game will be put out for arcades. Hopefully, I like to see it in the Dave & Buster's. I like to see it in the Chuck E. Cheese for the kiddos. Quite a Chuck E. Cheese aficionado myself, and would absolutely love to drop a quarter in my own game. If not, there are plans to have 2 arcade cabinets built as a kind of a prototype. If you're in the Valdez, North Carolina area, we're looking to place those 2 units, if nothing else. So if you're in the area, stick around for that. I'm going to add a leaderboard to that one as well. The high score on home levels is, or the home version, is more for sons and daughters to go up against their parents or go up against each other, brother and sister. The whole kind of, hey, I got the highest score in the house, what about you? That kind of deal. But, the arcade's going to have a little bit of differentiator that you won't get in the home versions, but that's how it's supposed to be. When there were when arcades were at their prevalent in the 1970s and 80s, if they had a home version, it wasn't one for one. Even in the 90s, when we got things like NBA Jam or Mortal Kombat, shout out to Midway for making my childhood awesome. It wasn't one for one. The graphics were, most of the time the sprites were scaled down. They had to fit a 320 by 240. Oh, I'm going to share this with you. Leave a comment if you can figure out where I got the idea for this enemy. I'll give you a hint. I was a Nintendo kid. Yeah. It wasn't one for one. And, well. Sorry, I'm in the heat heat of battle. There we go. Hard to get those. Hard to get those power-ups initially. There's a twofer. Now a twofer is a 2-for-1. And as you can tell, I got an ammo and the shield upgrade. Sometimes that happens. Not a bug, but a feature, I believe, of the of the Unity engine. So all kinds of fun, and I'm learning. I'm still learning. I think everyone is, but yeah, feature. In my day job, everything's a bug. Talk about that in this video. We're here to talk about video games. And like I said, these non-boss levels, hang back. If you can dodge them all and you don't want to, you don't need the points, feel free. I'm very clumsy, even as a gamer. I'm very clumsy, so I'm always looking to do unto the enemy before they can do unto me. As you can see, it's starting to get hairy-legged. That's a North Carolina term. Sorry. It's starting to get spicy here. Guys say that. Getting a lot of enemies coming up, and it only gets worse. And from about level 30 on, you'll want to pick a side of the screen and make friends with it. I usually pick the right side. I don't know. I guess it's because I'm right-handed. Feel more comfortable there. I don't know. And by this time I'm strafing even with a single cannon. Just trying to hit anything and hoping that it will render some power-ups. Shoot hard and shoot off. Oh man, that's not going to be good if I die. Much needed power up coming there. In these later levels, no matter how good you think you are at this game, these later levels will beat you down a little bit. I did make Carruthers where he is the same hit points. He does not, as the levels increase, his number of hit points do not increase. He's the same annoying turd from the get-go. What makes the game so increasingly difficult is the number of the enemies on the screen, and the ever-looming fact that if you do get eliminated, you have to go all the way back to the first. So it's kind of, you've got to kind of find that balance there. That's on purpose, by the way. Again. But yeah, by around the level 30, I'm strafing on one side. And if I have dual cannons and the shield, I'm usually hanging back and trying to survive, unless it's a boss level. And of course, it doesn't end until the boss dies. Really dropping the ball in these. Oh, now see, I couldn't get that one. Which, that's all engine. That's all built on the speed of the cannon, and it was just one of those really awkward ones. So this is probably my favorite background. There's so many inspirations here. The floor is the grid from, inspired by the grid from Tron, from the 1982 movie. The symbol that you see here on the right hand side, oddly enough, that is inspired from the WWE character The Undertaker. During his quote-unquote Ministry of Darkness run, we saw that symbol on the Acolytes, and I took a liking to it, and I just threw it in there. The one on the left, I kind of just made up. It doesn't. Neither one of them have any meaning. No satanic panic here, like there was in the 80s. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing sacrilegious or religious in these games. This is just my love letter to something that took a lot of my quarters back in the day. Something that I still to this day enjoy, and will drop a quarter in a Gallagher machine. And a claw machine, by the way. Anytime I see it. There's a local bar here in the neighboring town. Stay in the chin area of this guy. Daniel. Oh God, there he goes. Big one. Big special attack there. There's a local bar here in the neighboring town of Morganton that has a Galaga, and anytime we're in there, I'm begging my wife for a quarter because I don't carry cash. That's gonna change that. Anyway. Yes, that too. Whew. Thought I was going out, guys. I got close. Yeah, there's a couple of arcade games. If I see them out anywhere, I would drop a quarter in them immediately. If you want me to do a video on that, that's a good one to do. I will just leave a comment. And I can do a video of it. The only thing that I refuse to do a video on is my day job. I just don't think it's relevant to what we're doing here. You guys don't want to hear about it anyway. If any of my coworkers are listening to this, and you know what I mean. They ain't gonna fault me for it. Yeah, these later levels, they get dicey pretty quick. So, I recommend staying to one side and getting your power-ups, replenishing your health if possible. Also, another thing that was requested by a bunch of people that I left purposely out of the game is a pause function. There is no pause function in an arcade unit. I wanted the user to feel like they brought a piece of the arcade back home, even if you don't know what that is. Even if you're too young or you've only seen Chuck E. Cheese as an arcade, which, as much as a fan that I am of Chuck E. Cheese, it's not a true blue arcade. I think everyone should have that experience in life to go to an arcade. The only one that is a commercial arcade that I know of now that is still open would be Dave & Buster's. So if you have a Dave & Buster's in your area, I'm not getting paid to say that or anything. It's just a shout out to them. Now, if you have a little kid and they want a birthday party and they want a birthday party where the pizza has got pretty, it used to be mediocre, but it's got better. Or you have a kid that loves video games, but they don't want to pay crazy prices at the arcade or whatnot. Whatever the case may be, Chuck E. Cheese is going to be another option. But it's not a true blue arcade. There's ticket redemption things there, of course, like there would be in a regular arcade, but a true blue arcade charges different swipes or different coins depending on the quality of the game. And I've always felt like that. But everyone in their life that is a gamer should get to visit a arcade. Most of them are homegrown now. I know in my area there isn't a Dave & Buster's unless you go to Charlotte. My family and I like to go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee a lot, and there's one in the mall there that the last time I went in there was still a true blue arcade. Highly recommend it, but I digress. That's why I don't have a pause function in here, is because there's no pause at the arcade. Get a lot of flames for that, but is what it is. Even when you're fully loaded like this, I tend, after level 30, to stay on one side, just so that I don't get tore up. The levels get progressively longer because it's on a timer, but just staying on one side after level 30 helps. And this one is very difficult to see the shots coming. One of my more favored pieces of artwork in the back. If you really want to see what this one looks like, though, drop me a comment. I can put the original artwork in that as a reply to that comment. This one's kind of stretched. But it had to be to fit the aspect ratio that I was going for. So, sometimes when you make a video game, there's compromises you have to go through. Sucks, but it gets the game out quicker. I'm sure that someone in the comments will tell me exactly what I should have done. And that's okay. I'll take help where I can get it. And of course, I'm learning. This is my third video game that I have done. Actually, you know what? I think I know what's wrong. But This game most likely will not receive any updates just because we're working on other projects. But if there is something you do want to see, just let me know. We'll take it under advisement, and if you never know. Let's see it. And this is Mr. Roboto. This triple cannon should make short work of him. He moves a little bit faster. If there's any Styx fans out there, they know exactly where I got that name from. Okay, I'm really going to try to concentrate here. The last attempt at this video, I made it to level 38. Just shy of the last level. This one's 40 levels. In boss, his name is Captain Buster. You can probably decipher from the descriptions when you get about the game. Twofer. Yep, we have surpassed the high score this time around. By the way, once your score gets so high, if you bought the PC and the Mac version, you have to, deleting the game will not fix that, or deleting and reinstalling the game will not fix that. There's a registry key that has to be cleaned up. I recommend Revo Uninstaller, because it will target that key for you, and then you don't have to be an IT technician to get that clear. I know I could have implemented an option there, but this, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. This game's a proof of concept. I wanted to be able... second cannon. Things get so tight on these last few levels that it's really hard to do commentary and survive. I'll finish my commentary after the game. This is where I died the last time. I'd like to show you guys. And twofer. There we go. So as I was saying, this was a proof of concept game. So the likelihood that we'll be updating it is very minimal. Just because we're moving on to as a company, we're moving on to different projects. As I said, if you bought the game, God bless you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'm not opposed to updating it with new features or correcting some errors that you guys might find. It's just there's only so many there's very few hours in the day, and we're trying to bring you the high quality entertainment and at a rate where you guys aren't having to wait. Things of that nature. Okay, let me get back to the game here. I hate to use that term, but like I said before, if you're at this point, this car could bomb until you're maxed out. This is a non-boss level. It's going to help you. As much as you don't want to fire towards the end, especially on a non-boss level, keep firing, because what'll happen is you'll get lax, and then you'll find yourself in a situation where you're stuck. Alright, last thing, guys. Where the mobile version has auto fire, that really helps in that version of the game. I think that isn't a true, accurate representation of an arcade game, because you're in the arcade, you're hitting the fire button all the time. And I wanted to replicate that at home. Whether you're pulling the right trigger or you're hitting the X or square button. Even here, you can get stuck where enemies are randomly spawning and you're just stuck in a rut where you're going to hit them. So for this level, I would say keep moving. Try to be as tactical as possible and keep firing. I wanted this level to be pure pandemonium, as you can see it is. And once you see what's coming, yes, there he is. And I'll even give this one away. Stay in the middle. And stay away from him, because he does get in your hitbox. And there you have it. Save the G-Laxy. I missed that, didn't I? And we're going to roll the credits here. Of course, I'm here for programming, art design, and concept. Jay Burhans, who is my art director. Oberon by Acro Breathe. An Answer in the Ground is what you're hearing now from Mid-Air Machine. As you can see, the sound effects, the fonts. Very special thanks to Misty Barrett, my wife, Marshall Dillon, Ethan the E-Man Schweiker, Jerry the Goat Mullen, Jeremy Poling, and all of them at the family barbecue. There was a family barbecue back in July. It was great. We're going to wrap it here. But I want to thank you guys for watching this. It took me 56 minutes, all the talking. So under an hour, you can defeat this toilet game in a walk. It is doable, as you can see. So don't let the difficulty distract you. Of course, there are some bugs still. I can see that now. So, and it may be that I'm playing a earlier version of the PC game. You may not run into those. It's been a while since I proofread it. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Hit me up. Thanks.